Welcome to Mommy's YouTube channel.
Oh, you're so cute. Come in, James, come here. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking you on a tour of my master bedroom and my master closet. Come on in. I am so excited to share with you these two spaces because I don't know, these to me have made the most transformation on my health, I would say, and my peace of mind and how I unwind at the end of the day. I feel so peaceful here. I feel so cozy here. Waking up here is honestly a delight. I've been noticing since we moved in and since we've completed this space that going to bed is easier, meaning when you're not in a cluttered room, you kind of feel like just a bit more like contented. You know that feeling of when you're in a hotel and the hotel is like spotless and like beautiful and everything's in the right place. There's like a coffee maker like right there. There's like water right beside your bed. There's like chocolate. I think I'm gonna do turn down service in my own house, put chocolate on my own pillow because it just feels so nice to not be in a room that is literally filled with garbage. Tell me if you're like this in your house. Like, the master bedroom is like the most neglected space. You know, you might give your kids super cute rooms with like unicorn blankets and like sparkle everything and whatever. And then it comes down to your own space and you're like, I'll take the hand-me-down sheets that were from my college apartment and like mismatched furniture. I don't know, I just feel like oftentimes parents put themselves last. So I just feel so good to like give this as a gift to myself and my husband as an investment in our own mental, physical, and spiritual health. Anyways, I feel peaceful even just sitting here. I'm also 8 months pregnant, so sitting down is like my favorite thing to do. I was laughing because I sometimes, you know, do webinars and YouTube videos and whatnot, and I do them right here in bed and I don't care, meaning pillows are right behind me. There's no hiding the fact that I'm in bed when I do some live webinars. And my husband was laughing. He was like, this is like your dream. Like, just you go to work, but you're in bed all day. And I'm like, yep, basically, like if my bed could just be mobile, like a stretcher basically. Or more like a really comfortable lazy boy that moves. Like that would be like my ideal. Anyways, I digress. So this room really was about different textures and I want to share with you some tips on how to create a really cozy, very soothing bedroom space of your own. So everything really started with this bed. And if you watched last week's video where I shared my main floor, you know that I've been really, like one of the biggest challenges in the fact that this is a rental has been on managing budget as well as managing like energy in terms of how much work do you put into a rental. And so the bed was actually one of the pieces that I was like, I think I could confidently take with me to my next place. I've always wanted a canopy bed and I just kind of felt like with the sort of cozy cabin vibe that we have throughout the house that this bed really fit. And I got this online. It was probably more money than I would typically spend on a bed, but definitely not the amount that I've spent, for example, in my interior design clients in the past. So I think it was a really happy medium in terms of something that I do think I'm gonna carry with me into my next home. And then I went with a mix of neutral textures and patterns on the bed. And thank you for chiming in on Instagram. I got your input onto which sheets that I should do. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. Again, it feels soothing, but not too boring. Like I really love pattern and I think it works really nicely against this rug. This rug, oh my gosh, I just love it. It's so comfortable underfoot. It's so nice to like put my feet down on it in the morning. And I have to say, this was another area where I did end up investing a bit of money. It is a 100% natural wool rug. I'm gonna share with you some less expensive options that I looked at and then what I ended up with in the notes. And I really don't regret that I went with the higher quality rug. The pile on the rug, which is like how thick the rug is so comfy underfoot. It's just like a really nice thing that I'm really happy I invested in. And then of course I love me some hacks because you can't spend money on everything. So I went to good old IKEA and I got these side tables. They were $99. And then where I did my little hack was to invest in these higher price point cabinet pulls. These are by Shane Fox Hardware. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I use her hardware in practically every project I want to say I've done in the last like 6 months because I'm just so obsessed. Like I'm obsessed with the fact that she is a fellow mamapreneur using her creative skills to make money for her family, as well as they are just so beautiful. Like there's this beautiful geometric quality to them, and they're handcrafted, and they make me so happy. And so it was really fun to dress up a $99 dresser with a higher price point pole. And you'll see in many of my other videos, which I can link for you in the cards, this is something I intend to do a lot in my designs. Another area I save money on is the light fixture, and I'll have to be honest with you, I'm still kind of on the fence about it. It was very inexpensive. I went to a secondhand shop to get it. I like it. I like the design of it, but it is a little wonky. Like the little acrylic pieces of the light just don't sit perfectly straight. So I feel like I could fix it if I had more time and energy. And I to be honest, because I stare at it literally, like I lie down in my bed and I stare at it every day, I do think I'm gonna figure out a way to get them to just line up a little straighter. This is the thing with decorating a rental, but also decorating when you don't have that much time. I feel like in my own life, I make decisions, I'm pragmatic. Sometimes I have to just move on and not worry about it too much, and just be okay that it might not be the perfect thing. This is the thing that I wish everyone knew about decorating their home. Not everything has to be perfect. You can pick something and then just change your mind later. You can pick something up at a store, and if they've got a good return policy, you can try it out in your home and then return it. Or in the case of my light, which I can't really return because I've already installed it, it wasn't a super high price point, and so for me it wasn't a huge risk to try it out in my space. I love the shape of it, so I'm confident that I can kind of figure out a way. Stay tuned, maybe I'll share with you a video on how I kind of fix some of the things in my house that are still like needing to be fixed. Feel free. If you want to see some comical things of me trying to DIY things at 8 months pregnant, let me know. I can do that. And side note, if I may, to all my fellow pregnant mamas out there, this is a hard job, okay? Being pregnant and trying to do a bunch of stuff can be really challenging. And I really had to stay motivated throughout this process and just be like, picture the end and the wonderful enjoyment of your home that you are going to have with your new baby. And that's what really motivated me to get through the significant amount of work it has been to this house. So if you struggle with like energy management, whether you're pregnant or not, you're definitely not alone. And one big tip I have is to simply just like really picture, like that's what motivated me to get this space done. To picture what it would be like to lie down in this beautiful bed in all of this new bedding and just like feel like peaceful at home. So what tips do you have when you have low energy and you just feel like you're gonna die, but you know you have to plow through and kind of just keep on going and finish a project? What tips do you have? I'd love to know from you. And then to really up the cozy factor in this space, we put in a electric Dimplex fireplace. And I just love how literally it's like place and go. You have instant style, instant comfort, instant warmth. So this particular unit emits heat as well as provides a beautiful ambient glow. It has been, let me tell you, super convenient in this weird weather we've been having in May and June here in Toronto where I live. Like literally we've had days that have been like so hot, over 32, and then we've had days like today that are like 10 degrees outside. So it's really helpful to just be able to, with a super quick remote control switch, turn on a fireplace and have instant heat. And what I've been finding too is the fireplace promotes relaxation. Like my husband and I will climb into bed, turn off all the lights, turn on the fireplace, and it's just this very relaxing ambient glow. There's even a little bit of white noise when the heater is on. And I just find it's like a beautiful ritual to unwind at the end of the day. If you'd be interested in like a bedtime ritual routine and sort of like a video on what I do to get ready for bed, as well as how to go to bed early well, let me know in the comments. And then we prepared a little cozy area for the baby. It's so funny, when we moved here, so we moved in this home in, I closed my old house on my birthday, so February 6th. And so we moved here right around that time. And the bassinet was, being brought into the house. I think it had been in storage or whatever. And they were like, where do you want it? And I was like, I don't know, just put it in the bedroom. And I was like, I'll put it somewhere eventually. And then so many months have gone by and now I'm 8 months pregnant. And so this bassinet has been our storage container in the corner of our room where all this kind of stuff has gone to just, die and pile up. But now in 1 month's time, it's going to welcome this new little baby that's, going to sleep there. So I'm really excited that we kept it in the space and cozy little corner for babies all ready to go. And then my master closet. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you what a chaotic mess that was. We had this like dresser that the old tenants had left, that literally all the drawers were broken, and that's where we were kind of jamming. You had to literally strategically put your hand in a certain area to get socks out. That's no fun. That's no fun at all. And so I partnered with Neat Freak to just totally revamp the closet to bring it from chaos to organized living. Oh, and it feels so good. Again, in a rental, I'm always sort of teeter-tottering the line of where do I invest? Where do I make sure that I'm being really practical with my hard-earned money? And so this was an area where I was like, I can take all these pieces with me into our next home. And so I was being really practical with the storage solution that I selected for my master closet. And getting dressed in the morning, what I have noticed as a result of having this much order and organization in my closet, getting dressed in the morning is easier. I know where everything is. I can see things better. I think one of the weird things too when you are pregnant is that you have so many different stages of clothing. So you obviously have a whole thing of clothing that doesn't fit because it's non-maternity. Then you have clothing that is maybe for when you were smaller and pregnant, or maybe just is uncomfortable because it's the summer. I find that it's oh gosh, you don't want to wear anything too constricting when it's super hot and you're this pregnant. And so what I've been loving is some of the interior organizers in this space. I kind of you can turn around, and so you have clothes storage, but you could turn it around again if you want it to be open. So the flexibility has been really nice for me to just have, again, a more organized, streamlined life. And then we created this cozy little area outside of the closet. That's a little bit of a dressing area. It's a little bit of a place where, I put my jewelry out so I can actually see it. That's I find the key is if I can't see something, I forget that I own it and then I never wear it. So to have a necklace tree out, to have little bowls where you can see your favorite pieces, I've been finding is just so helpful. I find this with my belts too. I forget I own belts. Okay, obviously I'm pregnant, I'm not really wearing belts, but as I was organizing my closet, I have 12 belts, and I was I don't even remember owning any of these. So I just feel if you can see things, it helps keep it a bit more top of mind, and then you get more wear out of your closet. So what do you think? Do you think you get a restful sleep in a bedroom like this? Let me know in the comments below. You guys, this has been such a labor of love, and I'm so grateful for all the messages of support and encouragement as I've been trying to do this at 8 months pregnant with 6 other children. Honestly, I should do a whole video series on what it's like to renovate a space with small kids, because you do something and you make your bed all pretty and then 5 of them jump on it and then you're oh great, I just steamed that. Or painting is hilarious. We won't even get into that, but that's fine. I just choose to embrace the chaos. I choose to, do certain things after hours while they're sleeping that, would otherwise perhaps be stressful, and then just let everything else go. Because for me, at the end of the day, a home is where you create lasting memories with your family. And so I know my kids are going to remember all the times that they jumped on mommy and daddy's bed, all the times that they cuddled up, in our big bed in front of the fireplace. And I try really hard to just not worry too much about the mess and the stress and keeping things perfect. I'm really not good at it, I'll be honest. I really struggle with this sort of notion of oh my gosh, keep it perfect, it looks amazing, why are we messing it up? And I try really hard to kind of let that go. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress on that. I'm a recovering perfectionist, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, I would love for you to give it a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, because I've got one more exciting video next week coming at you, which is my basement playroom and home office and a secret surprise room for you. Cheers to designing your beautiful life.